Hello, hello, hello again. This is Keith, the creator of the Lotus Path, a pathway to healing, a self-paced pathway to healing from childhood trauma and adverse childhood experiences. I wanted to first say it's an honor to represent survivors of childhood trauma and adverse childhood experiences. And if you're seeing my face and you're hearing my voice, you know what that means. You survived. You are a survivor. And if you are a survivor, then you have the potential to be a thriver. We have survived the past. Now it's time for us to thrive in life. And so the Lotus Path is about connecting us from our survivor's stage or mentality to our thriving stage or mentality right here, right now in life as we live it. I wanted to just share with you today something that was on my heart. Won't be with you long, but it was something that was on my heart today about healing. As I talk to many people about healing and about their healing journey, many people indicate to me that it feels as though they feel worse in this process of healing or on their healing journey than they felt before they engaged in this process of healing or before they embarked on their healing journey. And what I would say to them is in some ways that is true. It's true. There is truth to the idea that it will get worse before it gets better. In any healing, it will always get worse before it gets better. Let me put that into context. If you were to break your ankle, the pain from the break of the ankle is the indicator that the healing process has already begun. One more time. If you were to break your leg, the ouch, or more than ouch, that you feel when you break your leg is the indicator that the healing process has already begun. If you're sick and you have a virus in your body, the fever that develops is the indicator that the healing process has already begun. What is that fever about? That fever, when you have a virus, is those antibodies that live within your body attacking the virus that has invaded your body. That's what it is. And that makes you have chills and fever and sweats and all sorts of other things that are very uncomfortable, but it is an indicator that the healing process has already begun. Healing hurts for the moment. And many people think that healing means everything feels better, and that's not true. Healing does not automatically and instantaneously make you happy, doesn't automatically and instantaneously make you calm, nor does it automatically and instantaneously make you peaceful. When I was a minister in the Christian church, people would surrender their lives to Jesus Christ. They would come and join churches, and the assumption was that their life would get fundamentally better immediately. And sadly, many of them realized that that just simply was not the case. It was a step on a journey to salvation for them. But it did not mean that all of their problems and all of their pains would simply disappear and go away, because that's not what healing is. Healing is realignment. Realignment with that which is true. And in the realignment with that which is true can be pretty painful. Healing doesn't look perfect, nor does it feel perfect. I was encouraging a person just today about the painful process of healing. And I was suggesting that again, what they were going through, the feelings they were feeling, was an indicator that they were alive, that they were aware. And that was much more than perhaps they experienced before, which means that they were on the right track. If you're feeling pain on your healing journey, it means that you're on the right track. It doesn't look perfect. There will be great days, as I like to say, and there will be good days, as I like to say. The great days are the days where everything is right, everything falls into place with life and with you and all of those that you experience and encounter. The good days are when things seem to take a turn that will require us to be in our learning mode. The great days we celebrate, the good days we appreciate. The great days we celebrate, the good days we appreciate. The great days we celebrate, the good days we appreciate, because although they make us feel bad sometimes, we are learning in those days. And so it's not going to look perfect. There will be a lot of peaks and valleys in your healing. And when you are in your valley, it's going to feel unpleasant. And that progress that you're making can feel messy at times. It can feel messy. It can feel as though you're all over the place, because in one experience, in one relationship, you are dead on. You are aligned and you're focused and you're purposed. But the other one may not be as easy or simple. There may be other issues in that relationship. There may be other triggers. There may be other trauma bonds in that relationship. And in one area of your life, you could be batting 1,000. In the other area of your life, you could look like you're striking out at every turn. You're not striking out. You can look like you're striking out at every turn. And that causes and creates a sense of messiness. There may be zero signs of success. You may, in those days, end up crying uncontrollably in your car. You may end up wanting to just go home and go to bed in the middle of the day. And you may try to speak with conviction, but find your voice faltering and your resolve weakening, even though you know that you are establishing yourself and you are asserting yourself in a healthy and productive way. But let me share with you, if you are crying in your car, that's a good day, because what that is doing is that is releasing things that you have held on to inside of you for very, very, very long periods of time. You're releasing those things, and in order to fully move on from things, you have to process them, feel them, understand them, and release them. If you are going home in the middle of the day to take a nap, then you are simply renewing your mind, because you are at that point might be a little bit overwhelmed. That's okay too. And if you are speaking with a wavered voice and an unsettled footing, then that means that you are establishing your boundaries, even though it may not look as fabulous as you wanted it to look when you're establishing boundaries. You're still establishing boundaries. And so these days, though they are not great, they are good, they are productive. We are learning and we are growing from them. It gets worse before it gets better. Many times when we're healing, it gets scary. It's scary because it is unfamiliar. We are charting new territories. We're having new experiences with same old people, or we're having old experiences with new people, and everything in between. There are old people that we are attempting to have new experiences with, healthy experiences, and then there are new people that reignite old triggers within us if we're not careful, because we don't know who they are, we don't know where they're coming from, and many times those types of encounters can cause us to be triggered because we don't know what to expect. And healing is always new. We don't really know what to expect when we're healing. That journey is new. It has a lot of different elements to it that can be scary when we take stands with people, with ourselves, in our mentality, whether we're at home or on the job or wherever we find ourselves. When we take those stances that we need to take, when we take positions, when we speak and represent and assert ourselves, or when we set boundaries, or when we stand in the discipline of our decisions, whatever that looks like, that can be that can cause a feeling of guilt because it's unfamiliar. Healing is unfamiliar. Never forget when I tore my Achilles tendon. It was an unusual feeling, and I walked around in a boot for a long time. And when the doctor told me I could remove the boot, and I started to walk around with my under my own strength, it felt different. It felt new. It felt scary. I didn't want to re-injure it again, and so I would limp around, scared to re-injure, scared to go back over the same experiences that I had. It was new for me. I was healing, but I got used to it. I slowly gained my strength. I slowly gained my confidence back, and I slowly began to understand how to reuse my leg, my foot, my tendon. All of this, again, is part of the healing process. And many times this healing process can cause you to feel exhausted. There's a lot of mental work that goes on. There's a lot of remaining aware. There's a lot of understanding and asserting yourself. And those things can be exhausting. But whatever you're feeling, it is a proof that you are on your healing journey. Whatever you're feeling is proof that you are finally safe enough to feel those things. Did you see that? When you feel tired, when you feel guilty, when you feel exhausted, when you feel in fear, those are indicators. Remember the virus? Remember breaking your leg, breaking your ankle? Those are indicators that you are finally at a place in your healing journey that you are safe to feel. You're finally at a place in your healing journey that you are safe to be honest with yourself. Today was a good day, not a great day. That's okay. Today I'm going home to lay down because I just don't feel it today. That's okay too. Today I am going to cry in my car. And that's okay too, because all of that is part of a healing journey that I am no longer scared of, because I feel safe enough to be honest with myself. And if you feel safe enough to be honest with yourself, you have entered an entirely different realm, and we call that freedom. Freedom. If you're safe, if you feel safe to be honest with yourself, congratulations, because now you have entered a new realm, and we call that freedom. And so healing hurts, but that's okay. It's part of your healing journey. Again, it's good to be with you. If you're seeing my face, you're hearing my voice, you've survived. Let's connect you now with the parts of you that are ready to thrive. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. And remember this, you are not broken. You are simply becoming. Until we meet again, love and light to you all.